Hello and welcome back to the channel. With me today, as normal, is Clayton and Mr. Maloto, and we will be talking about the Newcastle preview as well as a little bit of insight of just our next round of fixtures, where we're going to set up and just the current state of Manchester United, which is quite a bit of a mess at the moment, if I do say so myself. So if you're into all of that, please do consider smashing the like button and subscribing if you are new, as well as commenting down below to get in with us and the rest of the panel. So yeah, before we get into it, gentlemen, how are you? Starting with Malone.
I'm good. I'm excited that the international break is over. God, I hate the international break. Like it's horrible. It's horrible. And the Nations League hasn't done anything to make it better. But yeah, I'm happy that club football's back. And I'm happy to talk about United again.
Yeah, me also.
Yeah, can definitely agree. It was a big letdown this time around. I expected a lot more from the teams that were fighting each other. Let's go back to club football. Let's focus on
that. Let's focus on the things that matter, which is club football. I'm not saying international don't matter, but club football is what we live and breathe for. It's just what it is. It's just more entertaining. It just teams we generally follow more. Especially us living in South Africa. We back the boys, but yeah, it is what it is. That's what it is. International is just generally boring, I guess. But yeah, gentlemen, a lot has happened over the international break. Paul Pogba speaking out, things with the hair, the Maguire situation, 6-1, Poch talk. What's Ole gonna do? Cavani's not fit. Bruno supposed had a fight, but now it's not a fight. Gentlemen, it's heating up at Manchester United at the moment. And before we get into the Newcastle, the club is at a mess at the moment. Yeah, it's just, in the dressing room, there's supposedly lots of uproar and problems, and understandably so. But, Bruno came out yesterday. I'll read you guys the comments and all the comments that I've got from the international break. But, yeah, it's just a whole mess at the moment. And, the only way I can see us going forward is, getting some wins under our belt. As long as the team performs when we're back, things generally go quiet, things resume the same. And, yeah. But certain points I would like to point out. David De Gea, he said he phone called or rang up his old goalkeeping coach. I don't know if you guys remember, but the whole story with De Gea loss of form is that his old goalkeeping coach left him when Mourinho left, and because of the new contract. So he linked up with his old goalkeeping coach to get some trials, work on his positioning, working on his, and he says he feels better, and that's why his performance has increased because he has had work with his old goalkeeping coach. So that's very interesting. And then also the Bruno versus Ole thing about Ole losing Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, Duncan Castle came out. He said that, there was an argument between Bruno and there's been, fights between Bruno. Ole, he doesn't think he's the right manager. And then Bruno literally shut all the press's mouth. And this is exactly what Bruno himself, out of his own mouth, has said. He said, "Do not use my name, my colleagues, or the coaches to make trouble at Manchester United. The atmosphere is good and the team is ready to give an answer in the next game." Boom! That's our captain. That is Bruno Fernandes for you, and that is exactly why he should be Manchester United captain. And then also, it's a lot to take in. Maguire, stink. Red card yesterday against Denmark. I mean, it looks like it just goes from bad to worse for Harry Maguire. So yeah, gentlemen, 3 things. De Gea, Bruno's comments, Harry Maguire. We'll start with Malote on your thoughts on just those 3 things.
It seems like United players just take their drama from the club to their international duties. Like it's just insane. With De Gea, I don't know. I feel like he's just trying to throw out some positivity there in a very dark time. Because does the goalkeeping coach really make that much of a difference? I don't know. Does it explain his bad performances? I don't know. Maybe you guys can educate me and correct me, but I don't want to read too much into that. If it's going to improve his performances, sure, I'll buy into it, and hopefully he can be consistent. But to be fair though, the mistakes we saw De Gea make, yes, they increased over the last few years, or the year or so, but he always used to make them. The near post, he'd make the hard saves, but then the simple things he was never perfect at. So I'm not completely buying it, but we'll wait and see. In terms of Bruno, I don't know. If he did lash out during halftime against Spurs, I guess it's a positive thing because he cares about the club and he wants to move forward. He understands where us as fans are coming from. So But I do understand that the media has been exaggerating it and making it a big deal, and it has now been painted as a negative, really. So I'm happy that he came out and said those type of words and just brought calm into the situation. But I agree with you there. I think this guy, it's obvious that this guy needs to be our captain. Like, I don't know how much louder he has to scream and shout that I'm the leader here, not Maguire. Maguire can't even take care of his own performances. So Ole needs to make some big decisions and get over his whole Maguire thing. I don't know what it is with Maguire that Ole loves so much. Maguire's horrible. I'm sorry, but he's been horrible. And the guy needs some time off, clearly. Because
I think that's the big thing that's going into now. You know, not just this Newcastle game, which we will talk about, but the round of fixtures after Newcastle. PSG's, Everton, Chelsea, Arsenal, Leipzig, Istanbul. Not in that order, but those teams straight after each other. And, you know, Ole, if he's going to keep his job and he needs the fans on his side, has got to make big decisions. But Maloto, Maguire again.
Yeah. Clearly, the events at Greece affected him somehow. Because we know Maguire was bad, but like ever since the season started, he's been horrible. And doesn't seem like he's there mentally. So I do think he needs some few weeks off. And you're not going to play him out of form. We've seen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer try this before, and it doesn't work. So I'll be frightened to see this guy against PSG and RB Leipzig. So man needs to mice, and Ole needs to make the right decisions for the club going forward.
Definitely. There's just a lot of drama, to say the least. But yeah, De Gea with his goalkeeping coach, if it works for him, it works for him. What can you say? But my only critique would be then, what's the club's goalkeeping coaches doing?
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned, because I seen a reply to the tweet saying that what does that have to say about United's coaches and their level?
It's like he literally has to go out of his way to just be like, hey, can you come back and like help me out a little bit? These goalkeeping coaches are crap. They haven't helped me. I need you back. That really hurts United's reputation just a little bit, you know. We always knew our backroom stuff wasn't the best, but like going out to a third party and just being like, hey, you coach me, it's just a big sign of bad things, to say the least. But hopefully it gets him back to some of his tip-top form, and we can see some of the best with the hair this season again. Let's see what happens. That's all I can say. Let's see what happens with that. With Bruno, it's very, very clear he's our captain at this point. And 100% agree with you guys. Agree with almost 90% of the fan base at this point. Bruno should be getting that armband. He's the one that can lead the dressing room. He's the one that can speak for the team. He's the one that he seems like the focal point of the team anyway. It doesn't make sense why he isn't. He's a born leader. He's everything for us going forward. He's just our player right now, and you shouldn't treat him with any respect less than captain at this point, because that's what he is for us. And then with Maguire, something's clearly off there. Oh, no.
Okay, sorry for interrupting you, but like taking the armband from Maguire, or at least making him vice captain, won't take away from any background duties that they speak of, which are apparently amazing. I don't think it's going to take away from any of that. On the pitch, he's just not doing it, and on the pitch, we clearly need Bruno. So I don't know why Ole needs to be stubborn with this.
Yeah, can definitely agree. I definitely think that's what we need right now. Because, no offense, if you strip away the captaincy of someone who's not performing on the pitch, it doesn't mean they're going to not stop performing in the dressing room and at home and being that guy that you can call if something's up. Because if that's what Maguire is, great. He's a great leadership figure to have in the background. But we need someone that can be a leader on the pitch as well. And that's what Bruno is at the end of the day. He'll go shout at you when you're having a bad performance. The most evident one was the Lindelof performance. When Lindelof was at fault for a goal and they just had that little argument, you could see Lindelof was fired up. Like, that's what a leader does. He doesn't just sit there and just go, hands on hips.
Hands on the hips, yeah. I was about to say hands on the hips, saying that. No, I agree with the ref. That's not a red for Lamela as well. I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous.
But that's just what we need. That's what we need at United. Ole doesn't need to be stubborn with this.
It's not even just about that. Like, you know, obviously, like Marcus always says, you don't need the armband to be a leader, obviously. Like, you can see Bruno doesn't need that. He shows his leadership as well. But it's a statement. It's literally a statement, a public statement saying that I've made a decision on behalf of managers in Manchester United that I'm going to make it publicly known. I'm dropping you. I'm stripping you. Whether or not how you respond to this, hopefully you respond to it in a positive way. You know, lift up your pants, buckle down and seriously focus on your performances now. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to, to remotivate you. So yeah, it's all about that, and and also it's rewarding Bruno for what he's done for this club, which is like everything.
Exactly.
If you're going to be manager of Manchester United, you have to be ruthless. At this club, you have to be ruthless because it's in such chaos that it's the only way to fix it. And I think not having the captaincy will lift the pressure a bit of Maguire. But that pass he made back to De Gea against Spurs, a captain can't be doing that. Nowhere in hell can you do that and say you're the captain of Manchester United. So, it's just not working.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And we'll speak about it like now when it'll just come up. But yeah, the Newcastle game this week, it's our first of a run of horrible games. I say horrible. It's not actually horrible if you're a neutral viewer or just want to watch football, because we are Manchester United are playing one of the best teams in the world at the moment. We are playing Leipzig, we are playing PSG's, Everton's, Arsenal's, Chelsea's. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Does Oli? What I will ask at the moment, both of you, just yes or no? Does Oli survive this and keep his job? Straight, yes or no? There's no.
That's hard to answer.
Yes or no? From what evidence we have right now, does he survive? Yes, you said yes. Okay.
Yes, from a gut feeling point of view, not from a logical point of view.
Yeah, like my gut says he survives, but my brain just says he's out before New Year. It's that simple at this point. He's out before 2021, I think.
It depends how bad it is. Yeah. Because if it's just the back line, which is how it seems, and if he has to fix that, if that's the main problem, then you could say if he sits down and brainstorms, maybe they can figure that out. But if he's really lost the dressing room, we're in for a really bad couple of weeks.
Yeah, but wasn't it Scott that came out during international break and said that everybody backs the whole backroom staff? Was it Scott?
Scott said
pretty sure it was.
Scott came out.
Came out. It's like the atmosphere's great. They haven't lost us whatsoever. We backed them fully. Back Oli and the staff, everybody. And so I don't know if he's completely lost the dressing room yet. I doubt it. Considering people
I don't know. I don't think he's lost it, but I feel like saying the atmosphere is great is pushing it. You can't be 6-1.
I don't think it's great. You lose 6-1. Another thing I'll say, you lose 6-1. Surely you can't put out the same team against Newcastle. What is this? You get smacked 6-1, and you're telling me that team, there's nothing wrong with it, that you wouldn't change anything for the next upcoming fixtures. And there's two things for me that has to change in this Newcastle game. Personally, whether or not Oli will do it, I don't know. But if he wants to help himself and backing him to stay at this job, he's got to do things like this. I would drop Maguire. Instantly, I'd drop Maguire. Then you don't have to even say publicly that he's not my captain, because the captaincy will just go straight to Bruno, because he's dropped completely. So I'll drop Maguire completely. Clearly, this guy can't play through it. We've tried playing him through it. He can't. This guy needs to just take a break. I know our other defenders aren't even the best, but he is awful, and he's arguably our worst defender at the moment. So I would drop Maguire. And the second thing I'll do is start Donny van de Beek. Donny van de Beek deserves to start. International duty, superb. He's absolutely amazing. This man at United for the short time has been amazing. So I would start Donny van de Beek, and I'll drop Harry Maguire. Now that I've
before we move on, who are you dropping van de Beek?
No, that's exactly what I'm going to. So to get Donny van de Beek into the team, right there, I've got. How many formations? I've got two formations here, right? One, I don't want to see neither of these, but you don't have Martial, and we've got a few more signings in, and what Donny into this team, you gotta do something, right? Now there's two ways. You guys can tell me whether or not you agree with it, and you guys can tell me also what you would do for Newcastle. Right now there's two ways, right? There's a back five. We all know about the classic Oli back five. Right, so it's De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Bailly, Lindelof, Shaw, Telles. Right now, Telles could be a very good wing back compared to Shaw. We've seen how good Luke Shaw is as the left centre back in the three as well, so there's no complaints from there. Lindelof over Maguire, that's where the drop comes in. Bailly has been our best defender. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I still back him. So yeah. Then my midfield would be Matic, Bruno, and Van de Beek. I would drop Pogba at the moment. I love Pogba, but even Deschamps came out and said we didn't start Paul Pogba because there's something wrong. What's wrong? I don't know. He didn't publicly say what's wrong, but he said something's up with Paul Pogba. So yeah, Pogba for me. If we play the back five, we'll have to get dropped, and then a front two of Rashford and Greenwood. Right? That's formation one. Would now before I go to the next formation, do you know if you want to see the back five? Would you agree that Oli has to go for the back five? Knowing how our defense has been lately, conceding what 11 or 13 goals in the last few games, which is ridiculous. It's just So what do you?
I'm sorry, I'm going to be stubborn here, and maybe I'm wrong to say this, but I do not want to see the back five.
Newcastle. That's the thing. Yeah, it is Newcastle.
I rather want to try everything in his power to sort out the centre backs before we try the back five, because I feel like that's going backwards. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, could definitely see
that. Games with it. Sorry, maybe I'm wrong because we won games with it, but I'm sorry. It just drives me the wrong way.
Yeah. I wouldn't fault Oli for playing the back five against the PSGs and the Leipzigs and the major attacking team. But for Newcastle, I still think you could get away with the back five. And that's not to disrespect Newcastle. They can gladly beat us at the moment. Anyone can beat us at the moment. I'm pretty sure my cousins under 12 team could beat us at the moment. But yeah, Clayton back five.
Yeah. So long term, I see it suiting a lot of our strengths, because we have Tellez, who's a fantastic attacker, we have Shaw, who's a fantastic defender, and we can start actually using Shaw and Tellez in the same team with the back five, and those are two fantastic left-sided players. The only issue that comes with the back five is what happens when Cavani and Martial are fit and able to play, because what happens then?
Yeah, but I think that's when you revert from the back five, bro. I think, at the moment, I don't mind it as well because we don't have a striker. We literally don't have a striker.
Yeah.
Igalo is not good enough. So.
I want to ask a question.
Now it's not bad.
Do you guys think we create enough clear-cut chances? Because sometimes I feel like if we did, we'd score more goals, and if we scored more goals, we wouldn't be under pressure so much defensively.
I would say no. I don't think we create clear-cut chances. I genuinely don't think we create clear-cut chances in general. I think we make chances. I don't think we make clear-cut chances, though, for sure. I don't think that we create those big chances that are basically a one-on-one tap.
When do you ever see United score taps? Never.
Exactly.
Or just a one-on-one, just through ball. It's it's very that's what I always say. That's where I don't really rate Oli that much, because some of our goals, I know people say there is tactics part of it, but sometimes you just wonder, is it just players creating stuff?
Yeah. In that aspect, I have to agree with you guys. I think there's a lot of individual talent going on there, which is a problem, because I feel like if we scored more goals, we wouldn't be under so much pressure.
Yeah.
And yes, we concede a lot, but then we still win a lot of games, because I think we have the talent there to score the goals. It's just not being used properly.
Yeah.
So
I think I definitely agree as well.
Even things like with Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, like I said, they're always so high up, and when they're back, they're like centre backs for us now. And I don't think that helps us. And I think that is a tactic from Oli. Keep it in possession, go up high, but then when the counter's on, all of a sudden it's a mess. There's Lindelof, Maguire left to die, and then when Shaw and Wan-Bissaka come back, and they're on the wing, opposition's on the wing, Shaw and Maguire and Wan-Bissaka won't be there, which they started the season off, but they'll be here. How they ended last season.
Yeah.
I pointed it out at the end of last season. Why are they there? I don't know. I think it is tactics. I don't agree with it at all. So that doesn't help us at all. So that's why if Oli does play a back five, sure, you can't force playing so narrow anymore. You can't. You have three centre backs there. Wan-Bissaka and Shaw literally have to be forced wide. So that's also why I agree with the back five.
Yeah. It seems like we're struggling. We're trying to play a high press and maybe a quicker style. It's not perfect, as I just mentioned. I think he can improve it. And if he improves that, his defense will improve as well. But I feel like because it's not so good, it's not so good, and off the ball to play that style, we're not that good. So when we played deeper, it was much safer because we didn't have to play so high. So I think the underlying thing I'm saying is that Ole needs to improve his tactics in general, really, to make this team better.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that Ole needs to keep this all for now, but for now, do it. The team is under a lot of pressure. We're leaking goals like this. So fix the problem now. Just be like, take it one step at a time. And be like, we conceded a lot of goals. Let's shut up shop. Let's try, just sort out one problem. Get the confidence back. Let's just see how it works. Tellez is here. Shaw is here. Wan-Bissaka's here, so our fullbacks can go up in a back five as well. But that's literally everything I've said about a back five. So obviously the problem with the back five, which I don't like, is I have to drop Paul Pogba. And again, it's a back five. Who wants to see Manchester United play a back five? It goes against tradition. So that's why my next formation was a normal back four, but a diamond. Now we've seen the diamond against Everton last season, which was horrible. We didn't create anything, and then the team that doesn't create much clear chances, like we just said, it could be problematic. But the diamond, it looks like you want to just play your current best players. And when I read this lineup, it is our current best players, because there's no one really getting dropped besides one person because Martial is suspended. So in the diamond, I would say David De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka right back, Bailly next to him, Lindelof. I wrote down Lindelof, but then when I rethought it, I would actually give Mengi a go in a back four. I think we might in a back five. I think Lindelof can get away with it, but I would like to see Mengi. So much of praise has been spoken about Mengi, so I would love to see that. But I wouldn't be surprised if Lindelof goes there. He has to drop Maguire. I don't want Maguire in my team sheet this weekend. But again, will Ollie do that? I put my hands up and I say he probably won't, and that won't help him.
Yeah.
And then left back, I would actually drop Luke Shaw. I'd give Telles a run. I think he will offer a lot going forward, and I just think he could be a better fullback in general. Then the diamond midfield for me would be Matic holding, then Bruno and Pogba, further forward above Matic, and then I'll put Van der Beek in the 10 role, and with Rashford and Greenwood in front of him. Greenwood, is a natural striker. Rashford, it's not ideal for him, but I think he could be quite good there. And without Martial, Rashford needs to step up his game, and I think, like I said, it suits Greenwood. So for me, speaking Newcastle specifically, I would go with that back four diamond. I know I don't like it. I preach the back five amazingly. I wouldn't be mad at the back five, but that back four, the diamond just looks so juicy. That midfield, Matic, Bruno, Pogba, and Johnny. Oh my god, it just looks ridiculous. So I would love to try it. Just try it.
Yeah.
You're losing your job anyways at the moment. Do something. You have to do something.
Yeah. Look, I agree with Mengi, because I feel like as football fans of short memory, we've seen Lindelof and Bailly under Mourinho, and it didn't work out. So I don't know what's going to make it work now. Maybe since we have better fullbacks now, maybe they'll help cover, and with Matic playing more consistently. I don't know. But I'd like to see something different back there. And I'd like to see a 2. I don't want to see the 3. And so the midfield, I don't know. I just don't know if Ole is tactically. I'm going back to tactics. I don't know if he's tactically inclined enough to play the midfield or play that formation. Because if you're going to play a 5 in the middle, or how many in the middle?
So
4 in the middle.
Yeah.
If you're going to play 4 in the middle, I think you need to hold the ball. You can't do that and then play on counter. So I don't know how that would work. So he would have to tweak his tactics a little bit. And by playing that, we will be sacrificing a lot of width, which can work, but it needs to be something we do consistently, I think. I don't want it to be something we do against Newcastle, and then we just drop it the next week. If we're going to go down this route, we need to build our team and our tactics around this thing and see how it works. Because I don't want this whole flip-flop thing of 1 week playing this way and 1 week playing that way. Maybe in the bigger games, yes, but then I feel like it's not helping us into the consistency. So, that's just
I think he will revert back to the old formation as soon as Martial's back, to be honest. Or Cavani. Then I think he will go back to his normal, 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1. I think you will go back to it. So I think this is literally for the next round of fixtures. What is he going to do? And the one thing I will say about the diamond is that if we are getting hit by the counter, let's just say Telles and Wan-Bissaka a little bit higher. Now they're getting caught back. Matic can drop because he's literally alone in a midfield of 4, so he can drop back and be a third centre back. We've seen it. It's a classic tactic. It's even used in FIFA. People use it. Where the CDM drops in when they get hit on the counter to play as a third centre back. So I think, and Matic, I think I back him to do that. Matic, we've seen when he has to be like a third centre back and out of position, how he can be. So the diamond makes sense for me, and the back 5 makes sense for me. I'd say if he does stick to the 4-2-3-1, who's he going to play? Igalo? Are you going to play Igalo? Are you going to play like Dan James and put Greenwood there? Are you going to? I don't even know if you'll play Palestri. Palestri's there, but I don't know if he's available. I don't know what the story is with Palestri. So
honestly, I want to see that. It might sound insane, but I want to see that. I want him to stick to his guns and have a plan and stick to his plan. Even like this, try mold these players into players who can play in this plan. And yes, I know I said I don't want to see Lindelof maybe. I don't want to see Lindelof and Bailly, but it might have to be them because they're the most experienced. Maybe Mengi's not experienced enough, especially after losing 6-1 and coming back. You don't want to play. You don't want to throw him in the deep end. In the midfield, Matic definitely play. Bruno has to play. Pogba needs to get dropped. I'm sorry. Pogba needs to get dropped. And Van de Beek needs to play, and you need to see what he can do, because it's just not working in the midfield with Pogba right now. And he needs, as much as Maguire needs time off, Pogba also needs some time off. And we need to figure out how we're going to go forward with our midfield. Because Van de Beek is a good player. I feel like we're acting like he's not... I feel like we're not fulfilling the purpose we brought him in for. We brought him in so when the teams are performing or when there's injuries, they get dropped and there's someone good enough on the bench. So,
I'm just thinking now for Newcastle, if Oli did have to stick with the formation. Well, before I mention this, do you both agree that Maguire has to get dropped? Or would you guys still play it?
Yeah.
You drop him both?
Drop him.
No? Yeah.
Drop him.
Okay, right. So then I was going to say, if Oli does stick with the formation, I think, back for Lindelof, Pai, Wan-Bissaka, Telles. Actually, Telles is an interesting one. Would you guys play Telles, or am I also just, forcing? I don't want to disrespect Shrew. I don't like disrespecting Shrew. I think he's been good. But maybe we need to see what Telles is like.
Yeah. I think Telles seems like a quality defender, and I think creativity-wise, he's better than Shaw, sadly. So I'd like to see us give him a run. And the thing is, it's something different, It's sending a bit of a statement from us losing 6-1 to this game.
So you start Telles, I'm guessing?
A little bit. For the Newcastle game specifically, yeah, I think Telles could definitely be very, very useful to us going forward. So the back four, like I said, if he keeps his formation, Telles, Lindelof, Pai, Wan-Bissaka, then I would say Matic, Bruno. I think if I was thinking Oli's way and he was going to stick to his guns, I don't think he starts Donny, which again doesn't help him because all the fan base is saying start Donny, start Donny. Donny has to play. He's been amazing. So yeah, I think he will keep Pogba, normal midfield three, and then actually what he could do is play Rashford on the left like normal, play Greenwood in the centre forward, which is his natural position, and then call me crazy, but I think you wouldn't mind playing Mata on the right wing against Newcastle. But you've seen what Mata does in the cups. So, and I think with the recent form Mata has been in, I wouldn't put me past Oli playing Mata.
It's funny that this is happening. It's funny that this is happening in this game because last season in this very game as well, we had to experiment because Pogba was out, Martial was out, and we played we played Rashford through the middle with Pereira behind him, and it was a horrible showing. So
we got the Longstaff brothers scored against us. That was how bad it is.
If he scores again, I'm going to lose it.
I know. I prepared myself for failure this week.
But to be honest, I see Dan James in the right. Not even Mali. I definitely see Dan James.
It's just, like I said. Yeah, Clint?
No. I don't see Dan James playing. I don't think Oli knows how to get the best out of this man in the slightest, and he's just been nothing since after his first 10 games last season. He stopped showing any kind of potential whatsoever of being a good player, and I just think that's down to Oli not knowing how to get the best out of him. He's not exactly the best player out there, of course, but he's not exactly the mercurial talent that you get with a Greenwood that just goes go down the right, have fun. I think you actually have to coach something out of Dan James to get the best out of him, and it doesn't feel like we're getting anything out of him anymore. So I wouldn't be surprised with Mata. I wouldn't be surprised if Pellistri steps up, which I would very much like to see. I would love to see our summer signings. Yeah. Post-winter signings, because I'm confused. I don't know. It's summer here. I get confused. But yeah, I would very much love to see him step up. I would very much love to see the youth just take the whole of the game, show us what they got, and just see something different, because we haven't seen any kind of experimentation. It's kind of always been Dan James is going to play that right role when we don't have a right winger, and that's that really. And I hope that changes. Even if it's Mata, I'd prefer that. I'd much prefer that right now.
Yeah, I think, if you play Mata for me, then you have to play Donny van de Beek, because those two together just look like they are amazing, and the link up is just ridiculous. The football IQ is just on overdose then. So I think if Mata and Donny van de Beek played together, you could see quite a lot of.
My only fear of that is it being a bit stagnant, because in the league, in the Premier League, you need a lot of pace. It's just.
But Donny has, and it's just Mata. That's the problem.
I hear you. I feel like playing with wingers gives you an advantage. I feel like Manta likes to drop in the middle too much, and then that midfield is going to be congested, and then Newcastle going to hit us on the counter. Oh my gosh, I just don't want to see that.
And I think that comes down to coaching again, though. I think if you can tell Mata, if you're going to come more centrally, we need to be playing quick passes between you and Van der Beek. We need to be making sure you run in, you make sure he goes there, and then it nullifies the congestion. It actually helps you to have the congestion instead. And that's where the coaching element comes in again. Because if you're just going, okay, just suck it up, whatever happens, happens. Let's see, you've got 7 of you in the middle.
Yeah, to put it bluntly, this Newcastle game is not as easy as we ever think it is going to be on paper. And to put it bluntly, Ollie, this is your time to show up or shut up, pack the bags, and get sacked. And I don't want that to happen because, like I said, you can bring my favorite manager in. You can bring Bielsa in, you can bring Poch in. Will we get more points? Probably. Will we play better football? Yes. Will we be tactically better? Yes. Will we win a Premier League? No. Will we win a Champions League? No. Maybe we'll win a cup? Possibly. But nothing that we want as fans in the big picture will happen as long as we have the structure. You know, but I don't want to get that out. Everyone knows.
It's funny because I feel like it's no secret that Ole, it doesn't seem like he's good enough tactically. But I feel like in terms of morale, Ole is your guy. But in tactics, he's not. So really, which one do you prefer?
Yeah. It's like the fantasy thing where we would be like, you know, in a fantasy world, we drop Ollie to be assistant and then bring in a master tactician to coach the team. So yeah, but you know, I don't want to that's a conversation for another video, right? Newcastle predicted 11. Like I gave my formation, but we haven't actually given our official predicted 11. Yeah. But it's gonna be weird because you know, I'll do it this way. First of all, what formation you guys are gonna play? Would you go back 5? Or just diamond, normal formation? Or personally for me, I'm leaning towards the diamond at the moment. I'm leaning towards the diamond. So that's what I'm going with.
Like
But I'm not mad at back 5. Ollie, you play back 5, I understand. Like, I understand.
I'm gonna go with the normal one. 4-2-3-1.
I think Ollie's got 2 options really. I don't think he's brave enough to try a diamond. I don't think he has a tactical class to pull off a diamond. I see the 4-2-3 on or I see the 5 at the back. I think it's that simple right now.
Okay, which one are you leaning?
I think more likely 5. I think 5 for this game.
Now it's going to get interesting. Clayton says back 5. I said diamond. Loftus says no. So I predicted 11. It's going to be a bit 5. You'll get one of them. Surely you get
Surely.
Right, goalkeeper, David. I mean, I don't think he deserves to be dropped at the moment yet. So yeah, I just got to stick with David at the moment. Any complaints?
Yeah. Nah, that's the game.
Yeah. Now,
can I just say something before we move on? How the heck is Dean Henderson not playing in England? Like, what is going on in England? I feel like there's some serious favoritism in that national
favoritism. I think Jack Grealish had sex with his Southgate's wife. I think Mason Mount might be his actual son. You know, there's lots of politics that's happening. Yeah. So Pickford could also be his second son.
What's he doing with the back line? I don't want to go into Jared Southgate.
There's 5 at the back also.
A ridiculous amount
5 at the back
backs.
with 3 right backs.
Yeah,
with 3 full backs.
3 right backs. That's he literally him like we call Ollie. Some people call Ollie a PE teacher. He's an actual PE teacher. That's an actual PE teacher. Southgate, oh my. But we digress. Where was I? Oh yeah, right back. Well, because Clayton has 5 at the back, his will be a little bit different. But I always stick with all faithful Erwan Bissaka. I feel like the criticism he's been getting is fair, but I don't think we can throw him in the bin. Like I back this guy fully. I think he just needs to stick with being more wide. Don't come in centrally. And we'll see old Wan-Bissaka back. So
yeah, I feel like you're right. There has been a bit of a tactical difference, and him being central doesn't help him really because there's just so much space, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So, but still, I'm gonna stick with him. I think he's our best right back. So Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, I definitely can agree, and I think maybe the wing back system could work a lot better for him. We could see him closer to what he did at Crystal Palace. He was actually getting wide. Yeah, it does. It really forces him to play him wide, where he is best. He started off as a winger. That was the start of his career. He loves those wide spaces. It doesn't make sense why he's cutting in all the time. Well, cutting into the defense, it makes no sense. Cutting in your own defense, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm leaning towards Clayton's team as well. Like I would be very happy, 100% of the back five. But yeah, centre backs, Clayton, you can just mention your 3 centre backs. But for me, I would love to see Bai is the spot on. He's my number 1 centre back at the moment. He has to play, and then I don't want to see Maguire. So either Lindelof or Mengi, I'd be very happy with. But I think he's going to play Maguire. I'll put my hands up. I think he's going to play Maguire, and I think he will remain our Manchester United captain, which is not going to help him. And I think that's, at the end of the day, that's why Oli is going to get fired. But prove me wrong. This is your chance. Prove us wrong.
Yeah, I'd like to see Mengi. I'd like to see Tanzwebe, but I know people don't feel Tanzwebe because I've seen him play that a couple of times.
It's just he's injured at the moment, so he's only playing.
He's
injured.
Well, he's not
he just came back to fitness.
But he's playing. Yeah, he's playing under 23s at the moment to get fitness back.
Yeah. In that case, I'd like to see Mengi. I'd like to see Bai, but I have a strong feeling I'm going to see neither of them. I think Maguire is going to stay, and I think Bai is going to get thrown under the bus for the performance against Spurs. It's going to be back to Lindelof and Maguire. That's what I see.
I'm gonna cry. All he can play, if he plays that and still wins, I'll still not be happy. I won't be happy. I'll be like that. I still think it was wrong.
It's very unfair to throw Bai under the bus for one game while he's been playing Maguire and Lindelof for so long. And Bai has been putting in good performances around this time. So I think Bai needs to be trusted.
Yeah. Clayton, you're back for 3.
Yeah. So what I want to see ideally is I want to see him do what he did with Lingard. I want to say enough is enough. You're out of the team completely. Just get out of my team. I want to see him do that. I don't think he can do it again though. That's the thing, especially with someone who's the club captain. I don't see us actually dropping him. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Maguire, but I'm very reluctant to play him myself. So my ideal back 3 would be that by Lindelof, Shaw, I think.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. That one makes sense. I think Lindelof can go in the back 3. I prefer Mengi in the back 4, but I think Lindelof is fine. And if you have Bai and Shaw, they come on, like surely that shop is closed. Like I say surely, but we know how United are. Anything can happen. Our men tackle each other. So
the biggest problem with our backline, I think, because I think these guys are talented, and the biggest problem is the lack of leadership at the back there. And I feel like we're going to see problems with whatever combination we put out, to be honest, because there's just no leadership back there.
Yeah,
so yeah, maybe we should consider Matic back there.
I personally think he can do a job. I just think he's too slow. Like I know Maguire is slow. Matic is next level.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the big downside. It's just you get the leadership, but you have Maguire pace, and then
that's why I think with my diamond, because Matic can even sit more back. It could be wonders for Matic. Well, my tactic information better. But yeah, Clayton's one is just safe, shut up shop, no leaders, whatever. You have 5 defenders there. Don't let anything come in. Don't let a cross.
For me, if they're gonna play Clayton's formation, I think we just go with it because we've clearly seen Maguire's better in the 3. Play in the 3 for the rest of the season and just work around it because it can work. I mean, Conte won the league playing 3 at the back, so. And you don't always have to play 2 up front. You can play 3 and just play 2 in the midfield. I know it's a drastic change, but we can do that. So for me, it's just about the consistency.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. He's got like six weeks to try something. So and who knows how long he will be there for?
The big thing with the back 5 at the very least is that we're going to hold a much lower line. That's the big thing that probably complements Maguire the most. If we're playing a low line, Maguire can walk into that back line anytime. Yeah, we can't play a high line with Maguire. We can't play a high line with Maguire. Maguire is that guy that literally strays up the pitch. We can't play a high line with him. We really can't because he's caught out of position way too often. He's too slow.
Everyone, even our fullbacks, Wan-Bissaka, and then they're always caught out of position. Everyone's caught out of position.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Everybody is.
And to be fair,
I think that's more tactical.
To be fair, when Charles did play the back 5, they were playing very high. I mean, Alonso was basically left mid, to be honest, that season. So.
Yeah, but that's his prime position, though. Shaw is a left back. He's a defensive left back at the end of the day. We're not going to see a Marcos Alonso-esque performance come out of Luke Shaw suddenly because we're playing a back 5. That's not his strength. I think we could see it with Tellers. I think we could see it with Tellers.
So for me, like I said, going back to the predicted 11, I would start Tellers left back. I'll drop Shaw.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think Shaw is a horrible left back, but then he was there for the 6-1, and he did get caught out of position a couple of times. So I'll title this and see what we got there.
And Clayton Tellers will obviously be left.
Yeah, Tellers, obviously. Yeah, I don't really have much of an option otherwise.
Yeah, there's literally no, unless you want to play Brandon Williams, you know.
No, we're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
Well, obviously, the midfield. Clayton will have. Oh no, Clayton will have a midfield of 3. Never mind. Yeah, so midfield 3 for you guys, 4 for me. I stick with Matic, Bruno. So Matic, Bruno, Pogba, Donny. That's my midfield. And on paper, it sounds like it's the best. That way, I think it complements each other best. We have our best midfield, all on one pitch. So yeah, that would be my. That's why it led me. My Pogba bias. That's the only reason I don't want to back 5, because my Pogba bias and my Donny has to start bias. So it's like I need them both. So I have to play the dice.
Yeah, I think that's too much. I feel like the second thing about United is that whenever you play an unorthodox formation like the diamond or the 5, is the scrutiny that you get when you do that. I feel like it doesn't help the players. Because I feel like Chelsea do it, they get away with it. It's like, oh, Chelsea, look at this new system they're playing. It's so different, it's so creative. And we do it, it's not the United way. It's honestly annoying. So, yeah. But going back to my formation, Matic and Bruno definitely. I mean, there's no argument there. And I think Bruno is more of an 8, really. As much as he's creative, because he's so talented, but he's more of an 8. And playing with Van der Beek, him being a flat-out number 10. Like, there's no question in that. I think they'll complement each other well. And I can see something going there. I mean, you don't need world superstar or a world-class talent, because he's not really a world-class player, to be honest. He hasn't been that consistent. You don't need a world-class talent to win the Premier League and be amazing, honestly. I think we see it at Liverpool. They've gone Ronaldo. They've got workhorses.
Newcastle
so
region.
I think I'm going to do that.
Literally. Like,
and to be honest, I think Pogba should just leave. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just done with Pogba. I won't lie to you guys. I feel like we've tried this, and now I feel like we're forcing it. Because every time he goes international duty, now he wants to leave. Now it's Real Madrid. And I'm just sick and tired of it. And I think we have Van der Beek to fill in that position. And let's just get in the money and fix our defense. And maybe have a chance in Sancho. But I'm just done with Paul Pogba. I'll back him for the rest of the season because he's at United, but I just think he has to leave.
Yeah, I think that's also a fair criticism. I think we could see Pogba on the way out. Yeah, I think we really.
I know Shanique doesn't like.
I don't like it. I'll keep Pogba at all costs.
Yeah, exactly. So ideally for my formation, I think we'd want that Matic, Bruno, and Van der Beek for sure. I think we don't have a question about that. We need those 3 right now. Pogba's form has not been good enough, and he needs to perform a lot better to stay in that first team. But I could very easily see him starting again just because of Oli bias, just like Maguire, I think. So yeah, it's a difficult situation.
Do you think we couldn't handle a 2 in the midfield and their front? Do you think that's just ridiculous for the quality of players we have at the back?
Wait, what? Two in the midfield and how many up front? 4.
3 up front.
3 up front.
But we technically do have 3 up front. Like Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood when they play. And literally 3 up front.
Yeah. So basically, we do Bruno and Matic in the midfield, basically. Is that a better team?
I think we lose the midfield battle a lot easier, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, I think
we started with our midfield 3 and we lost it against Tottenham. Like, I think we lose it with 2 people now. I think Matic and Bruno will be overwhelmed for sure. I think that's putting way too much pressure on them.
Yeah, and Matic is not pragmatic where he can do it alone. Otherwise, we would play the normal stock 4-3-3 straight, my favorite formation. 1 holding 2 up there, 3 attackers. That's my formation. Yeah. But we don't have Matic isn't mobile enough. That's why we play 4-2-3-1.
I feel like we saw Chelsea do it with Matic and Kante, but maybe that's just a very
when you have
good
Kante,
defensive
you put Kante in our team. It's just late. Bruno, Pogba, Kante. We're winning the league. Done. No.
Fix the defense.
Yeah, we're not. But yeah, we digress again. The attackers. Maloto will have 3 strikers. Well, 3 attackers. Clayton and I will have 2. And because we don't have anyone else, it has to be Rashford and Mason Greenwood in his prime position. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Rashford definitely. I think he might score. I think he's getting back to his best. I think we'll see Gruner through the middle, which would be an interesting watch. And I think we're going to see Dan James on the right. Sadly.
I'm hoping Molotus is not right on the weekend. That's what I'm hoping. I'll take Clayton's, I'll take mine, but if I see Molotus, I'm crying.
Yeah, see Dan James on the right. You can cry a little bit when that lineup comes out. It's not ideal, to say the least. But yeah, I agree with you, Shoni. I think we just go Rashi, Greenwood, and just a strike force and a half. You know.
You gotta hope for the best. That's what it is. That's what we've come to, hope for the best. But that's why I think, that's why my diamond midfield, that's why I love it so much. Because we have the players are there. You got Pogba, there's no excuse. You got Tony, no excuse. You got Bruno, no excuse. Matic, no excuse. That midfield is locked. You can't beat that midfield. You surely, against Newcastle especially. Saint Maximin can't destroy us. Like, I know he can, but he can't. Come on now. Come on.
Triple circle to the diamond.
So yeah, I'll just another thing, well, that's the predicted 11. I say Diamond, Clayton says back five, Moloto says stick with it, and just play Dan James on the right, which I really hope I don't see. But what we know about Newcastle is they definitely sit back. They look to hit us on the break. They do have Callum Wilson, so key players for Newcastle. Callum Wilson, Saint Maximin,
Ryan Fraser.
Ryan Fraser's there. He's currently a bench player, but he's there. Andy Carroll plays there, so he's a threat in the air. If Carroll plays, just lob a ball there. So Andy Carroll is a threat. Shelby, you got to watch for his long distance shooting. Who else? The Longstaff brothers just banter. It's just like written in the stars. That's what Premier League stories are written for, is that they come and banter. So watch out for the Longstaff brothers.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's Newcastle. Oh, and they got who's the fullback? Didn't get Max Aaron as well. Is it Max Aaron?
Jamal Lewis.
Jamal Lewis. Sorry, I got Jamal Lewis.
Max
Watch out.
Would be a big boy.
That would be ridiculous sign.
Yeah, so sorry, Jamal Lewis, which is also is not bad. So yeah, watch out for Jamal Lewis. So those are key players. Like United, you know what it is. Our team can beat anyone on their day. Our day is not often though. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see what happens. I really hope we get to win. Like I said, I wouldn't mind a new manager, but I'm at the point where nothing's gonna change until the board and the owners are gone. And it is what it is at United. We are in an absolute mess. Things that will help Ollie this weekend, I think we've all agreed as a fan base that majority want Maguire dropped. So Maguire has to drop. That will help Ollie. I think starting Tellers will help him a lot because majority fan base like Tellers. I don't mind if you play Luke Shaw, but I know starting Tellers will help your cause. Bruno, don't drop Bruno. You give him the captaincy, that'll help you. And yeah, don't play people like Dan James. Don't play people like Leonard. Start Donny, that will help you. Dropping Pogba is 50-50 because I think Pogba and Donny split the fan base a lot. It splits me so much I had to include them both. So yeah, that's why I was the diamonds. So yeah, we'll have to see Ollie. Ollie, it's up to you. You are the manager of Manchester United. I'm not the manager. I'm just a fan giving my opinion. No. So are the two gentlemen with me. That's just what the fans think. Take it, leave it. Up to you at the end of the day. I don't decide the team. I wish I did, but I don't. Don't disappoint us. Hopefully you do prove us wrong. Hopefully you do make a statement dropping, a statement starter. And even most of all, get the result. That's what I want. I want 3 points. I never want United to lose. Who would ever want that? Only weird fans would want United to actually lose to prove a point. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens on the weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very nervous because I don't have faith and I don't quite believe Ollie can do it. I think Ollie will get the sack after the next 6 games or whatever. I think that's it for him. I don't back him, but this is your chance to prove me wrong. Help your cause, like I said. Do the things I just previously mentioned and we'll see. So, the famous predicted scores. I'm going to go last, I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm going to go last. I go with
I'm predicted to defeat because I've been saying I'm going to win and I've been losing. But I won't do that. That's a bit childish. Look, I think it's going to be a tight game. I think Callum Wilson's going to trouble our defense. I think they'll score, but I see a 2-1 United win. And I want to add something. I think we only win if Pogba gets dropped and Van de Beek starts. That's my prediction. If otherwise, I think we might lose.
Wouldn't be surprised. Okay. So, I may also have jinxed United before, because the one time I predicted us to lose, we won very convincingly, so...
that is... Oh, no.
My heart says... Yeah, my heart says we'll win it 1-0. That's what I think it will be, honestly. But for the Lords, I think we're going to lose 1-0. I could see us scrambling. I could see us distraught after a long start, a long shot again. That just destroys our defense, and then we just cry a little bit more. Yeah.
Now,
that's also my
very low.
Yeah.
Now there's two things I see.
5 at the back. I think 1 goal each.
Yeah.
Go.
5 at the back, 1
Go
goal.
for it.
Yeah. So there's a few things I see.
Yeah.
I don't see us keeping a clean sheet. I see us getting a penalty. I see us being able to lose. I see us being able to. If we go, I think if OLE goes what I'm thinking he goes, which is a normal team, no changes from the 6-1 defeat. His favorite team to put out. I think we lose that game easily. I think we do lose that game. I think it's curtains for OLE. You know, we may put Maguire still in the team captain, and we could lose. I think we will lose playing 4-2-3-1. I think if he plays my diamond formation, I think he could get a result. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, like I said. So I do predict Newcastle to get a goal. So it's already 1. I do think, however, we still have quality to beat Newcastle. So I'm going to say 2-1 if we play the diamond. You don't play the diamond, I think we're going to lose. Easy, we're going to lose.
To be honest,
and I do see us getting a penalty though.
If we somehow just got destroyed by Newcastle, I would seriously consider taking OLE. I don't want it to happen. I prefer OLE, but with the games that are coming after that, I think we'll be in big trouble if the dressing room is just not on it. I think we'll be in serious trouble. So it's a bit childish, but I would sack him for the bounce. I honestly would.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like a fair thing as well. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree with you, but only for the fact that the games after Newcastle are more important than anything else that could possibly happen right now, because it's our Champions League group stages mixed with London teams, and we need like some confidence again. And if OLE doesn't supply that during the Newcastle game, I could see him getting the sack. I won't call for his head, but I could see him getting the sack for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like, if Newcastle touches us, what's PSG going to do to us? What's Leipzig going to do to us? So that's the thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like I said, OLE, you have to change something. You literally have to change something. That is the end of the story. You have to change something for this game and the next round of fixtures. You don't have Martial. Maguire is awful. The fan base is losing hope. The only man who can change it is you and those players. You know, the owners won't help you. The owners didn't help you. Otherwise, we'd be sitting here saying, we got Upamecano, drop Maguire now. We got Jadon Sancho. Play the front 3. Play our normal formation. But we don't. So we sit like this, debating millions of formations, millions of ways to approach it, millions of ways to help yourself. Will you help yourself? OLE, that's up to you. You know, ball's in your court. You take the stage. Let's see what you do on the weekend. Let's hope you're not disappoint us. And let's hope we have a good match reaction on Saturday. Because if not, oh goodness, I apologize for everything that's about to be said on that match reaction. And I'll leave it at that. Please let us know in the comments below your formation. How would you approach it? What do you think OLE has to do to help himself in this next game? Your predicted scores. If you are new, do subscribe. Just get involved with the channel. We do love all United fans, even just general football fans. Let us know if you're a rival fan. I know lots of rival fans actually watch the show. Let us know if you think OLE is going to survive this. I don't think he will, especially from your eyes. And how many points do you think you will actually get in the next few games? But yeah, that will be a topic for another video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. From me, Maloto, and Clayton, that is all for now, and we will check you in the next one.